Welcome everybody to another goddamn horror podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jonas.
I went to
over here in
another
Bushwick.
fucking museum today. I'm sorry.
Which one?
The fucking Natural Museum of History. I've been to this fucking museum 9 times in the past 2 years.
I like that you have museum PTSD now. Like you just like
I want to go to any other
fucking
one
art.
now.
Like-
We went to the Met, and honestly, it wasn't that fucking much better. I know there's better museums, and we've talked about this, but I didn't.
The Bone Museum. You gotta go to the Bone Museum.
And I like the Museum of New York City. I think that one's actually very cool. But,
Museum of the Moving Image in Astoria is also pretty dope.
I haven't been to that, and I want to go to that. But
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to end up again before at least Christmas time or something. Whenever, I don't know. I'm so sick of it. But we did see. We got to go to the Goal Zone because it's soccer season. Was here in New York, especially, and we got to play all these like little soccer games, like different things. Like one, you just see how fast you could kick a ball. One was like a movement thing, and it was okay.
Wait, so this was all today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to that. We went and had lunch at Pop-Up Bagel. And then we went to Abracadabra, which is one of
Abracadabra's dope.
Yeah, it's an excellent mask and costume store.
It's a magic store. Masks, costumes, magic tricks and shit.
Yeah, it's very cool. They got t-shirts of cool like stuff.
That's amazing. That's a big day because I feel like whenever I go to a museum, it's like there's like the first hour super chill, and then like by like hour 2 or 3, you feel like you're just like exhausted. You're like, oh my,
100%,
dude. When I was
too much information.
When I was 16, I really showed my ass when I was 16 because we went to Europe and we went to the Louvre. And I was such an uncultured cunt that I was just like, the Mona Lisa's ugly. And they were like, I mean, it is, but also shh. Like, just like, don't fucking say that too loud. The voice that you hear there and the person that you see here down at the bottom is our guest today, who is absolutely fantastic. We just watched one of his movies.
Terrifying.
Graham is super terrified. We just watched one of his movies at Fantasia Fest called Godhead, which is so good. You also may recognize him from Mark H. Rapaport's other movie, Hippo. And if you got an eagle eye, you also might recognize him from Righteous Gemstones and from Queens of the Dead. He's done all sorts of cool shit. So we're very, very happy to have him on the show. Kimball Farley, what's up, man?
Oh man, thank you for having me. This means a lot. And oh man, I'm so glad you guys loved Godhead. That's awesome.
It was like, it's funny, like I think with Fantasia this year especially, there was a lot of black and white movies.
Yeah, there was.
There really was. And I saw the screenshot of Godhead and I was like, this is the way I kind of am with like really art forward movies, I guess is the best way to put it.
Totally.
Where it's like it's a movie where it's got a very artistic vision and stuff like that. With movies like that, I tend to be very hot or cold on. I don't really have a whole lot of gray area. So I went into it apprehensive, to be very honest. But by the end of the movie, jaw on the floor. Like it's such a good movie. And we won't get into spoilers because I don't know when it's actually going to come out outside of the festivals. But it's such a boiler room of a tension movie. Because it's contained, and the tension that's built in that movie throughout the whole thing, from the opening scenes all the way to the end, is the type of tension that I love to see in a theater, especially because you see people like grip their seats where it's just like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen. For me it was an absolute home run of a movie.
Oh man. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Like it's awesome that I connected with you in that way because I mean, yeah, I totally understand. Also, it's because like even with the black and white, like I think it was nice going into Fantasia this time because when we went 3 years ago with Hippo, I think people didn't know what to expect, and it was very well received, which we were very fortunate. But it's nice because then there was a lot of return people this time that were like, oh, they had seen Hippo, so they were like, I'm curious what this new weird black and white thing they did is. But it's funny that you mentioned it because there was so many black and white movies this year, which I love because I love black and white movies.
Same. Yeah.
And also I feel like there's not a lot of people that make black and white movies because they're like harder I guess distribute, or like they're less commercial or something. Maybe just like an attention span thing. I feel like some people, it's like the world kind of has like Cocomelon brain, where it's like I haven't seen that, but my girlfriend's niece is not allowed to watch Cocomelon because I guess there's like some, this is a whole other topic, but I guess like
It's fine.
No,
there's
go.
like there's like chemicals or something in Cocomelon that are literally like cocaine.
Yeah,
So I feel like a lot of us have like that, where our brains are like tuned to like Cocomelon. Not really.
sure.
But so when you see something black and white, you're like, oh, like do I like, there might be something more interesting on my phone, you know? But it's awesome that you watched it, you connected with it, and you really enjoyed it. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
Well, and
I
I think,
dig. Oh,
yeah, say what you're gonna
I'm
say,
gonna
Graham.
go. I dig black and white movies. I'm also very hot on the what did you call them, art forward or whatever movies.
Yeah, you know what I
Just
mean. Like
weirdo movies. I just
it's
like the movies
yeah,
made by
they're
weirdos.
strange. They're
Yeah,
strange in a good
Yes.
way.
you say artsy, but like all art is artsy, I guess. Like these are just the weirdos making the art, and I'm hot on all of that. I love
It's
anything
my
like
favorite
that.
kind of art. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
That's
and
general.
amazing.
so Hippo, I saw it a lot come up in my queue, um like the algorithm or whatever, and I was like,
Yeah,
this looks cool, but like I don't know how weird. Like, is it too
The cover
pretentious?
is
Is
an
it,
immediate
totally.
draw.
it's a
Like
it's a
it's an
little weird,
immediate
yeah,
draw.
but then reading about it, you're like, now I don't really understand it.
Totally.
So I put it off for a long time, and then when the Fantasia Fest for this year list came out, and I saw that Mark was back with Godhead, I was like, all right, well, I have to watch Hippo now. So I
Oh
sat
man.
down a few weeks ago and watched it, and absolutely loved it. It was nothing like what I was expecting, which is exactly what I want out of a movie.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And you literally terrified me the whole time. I didn't trust anything you were doing.
That is very sweet of you to say. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Means you did your
and
job well.
Thank
yeah,
you.
absolutely. And then Godhead was just so, like Jonas said, so tense and such a boiler, not boiler maker, boiler
Boiler room.
room. Yeah, uh, boiler makers.
Boilermakers
Um,
are interesting too.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a pressure
Um,
cooker of a movie.
but my wife was like, this movie feels so expansive
Yeah.
and so claustrophobic at the exact same time. And
Whoa. That's a
because it,
cool assessment.
yeah, because it does feel so big, because what
Totally.
you guys are talking about is so big.
Totally.
And then, but it's just in one room basically with three characters for the majority of it, and it's fucking intense, and I loved
Oh
it
my
so
God.
much. So yeah, I am a huge fan now of Mark Rapaport and you,
Oh
and all
man.
the whole cast in both movies were fucking perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so sweet to hear. Truly, that like means a lot. And honestly, like it's funny. It's funny also back with what you were saying about Hippo, because I feel like it's another thing that I feel like made it harder to place when it was first coming out, just because it's genre y, but it's like, or genre esque, I guess maybe the word is, but it's like, if that is a word, but like it's still like a coming of age story in black and white. So I feel like when you're reading about it, maybe on Google or something, you're like what is this movie? It feels more, but then when you watch it and there's like, I mean, a lot of weird sex stuff and fluids and like,
Hmm.
and like horrible people and death and stuff. You're like, oh, it's actually kind of crazy. But
Yeah,
but it's like framed like a foreign film or like a Wes Anderson movie. So you're like, I don't. It's harder to place, I feel like. But
it
God,
is.
it's like you still get that. You still get like the whim. Like there's like a little bit of whimsy here and there, I feel like, in Godhead, but it definitely leans more thriller. And I feel like I mean, I'm a real sucker for, like, I mean, who isn't, like Hitchcock and like the Twilight Zone and like the Night of the Hunter. And I feel like this, like, maybe it's also the setting, like the Southern Gothic world. It feels more like, kind of like in those worlds, and it's like a little bit easier to put in like a genre box.
Yeah,
I think, and I think calling it like genre adjacent is kind of like is an accurate thing, because when it comes to horror, it's such a wide ranging, wide cast net that you can kind of, put different movies into. But the biggest thing about this one, I think I would call it a psychological horror for sure.
Yeah.
I would call it a religious horror. I would call it, definitely also a story. It's got like there's a family story to it also. Like there's a lot of different layers of this, without getting into anything spoilery with Godhead. It's like it's a very multi-layered story within a very small contained location. And the characters that are in it, with you, like so you got firstborn, you got secondborn, you got father, you got boy. Like
Yes.
those are
Such
pretty
great
much,
names.
yeah, which are
Very,
those,
very sinister in a
yeah.
way.
Oh, totally.
And like if you with you only having four characters, and then you have Maud who shows up, and Maud is a big part with a little bit of screen time is the best way to put
Yeah.
it. Big part, little screen time. So very, very small as far as the cast goes. But once you get into the meat of the story, and once you two show up, from that point forward, it does not let go of any tension. And each layer that gets added to the story as it's happening in real time just makes the tension go higher, which is great. Like it's very Hitchcock in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's awesome. It's funny because I feel like so me and Mark, the first thing we collaborated on was a short film called Andronicus that funny enough played Fantasia in 2021. And
Oh shit.
it was still during like the height of COVID where it was like it wasn't in person, it was like a virtual year. And I remember like there was like a Fantasia video game, like you went on the website and it's like everyone had avatars, and it's like it was like Legend of Zelda Link to the Past or something, where it's like it looks like that. And so that was like my first experience with Fantasia. But the reason I bring that up is the short, it's not like super Hitchcockian, but it's like it's another pressure cooker because it's one location, it's four people, and and there's a gun, and it's like, but it's different. It involves like a family therapy session, and it's kind of like Parent Trap meets Funny Games, and it's like,
Oh shit.
and it's really crazy and it's really dark, but the reason I bring that up is Mark always wanted to like do another kind of thing that felt pressure cookery like that, because we kind of got to do that with Andronicus, but again, it was like a short film, which I will say was like 20 minutes. It's a longer short film, but
Sure.
we didn't get to fully finish that idea. And so we toyed with a few different ideas, and there was one idea we had that was like, okay, it's like a son meets his rich parents that are divorced at like a dinner, to try to get them back together, and he has like a bomb under the table, and it's like a Hitchcock thing where it's like, oh, if you introduce a gun in act one, it has to go off by act three. And we were like trying to come up with ideas, but then like, I mean, we were very into the idea of doing something like with just like religious fanaticism, because he grew up very religious and I grew up very religious, and now we're not anymore, but it's I think just religion is like one of the most cinematic things ever, because it's just like it's just rooted in belief. Like you have to believe in something that's like not there. And
Right.
And not to knock religion anyway, I consider myself like agnostic, where I'm like,
well, it's my like least favorite thing. So you can
really?
I am very against pretty much every single religion.
Honestly, I think honestly, like I agree. Like I think most like religions are like, and honestly, like I don't know, because the way I look at it is I'm like, I feel like religion, like 99, like all of them are really dark. They have like, there's like dark underbellies to religion, and it's scary. And that's why I think it makes for like good like cinema, because
absolutely,
because it often takes people that fully believe in something just blindly, and it's like it's scary, and
I love religious horror that isn't just
yeah.
like ghosts or I love The Exorcist, but like exorcism movies where they're just like read a chapter from the book at the end. I hate that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I love horror.
Just like, oh fuck, I found the verse to get the demon to go away.
Yeah.
That is my least favorite genre.
I read this Godhead review. I can't remember which one, but there's this one that was very kind, and it said something towards the end about like, this is one of the first religious horror films I've seen that like doesn't have an exorcism in it. And it's like,
yeah.
And it's true, like a lot of religious horror does have, and believe me, I love The Exorcist. I love William Friedkin. He's a god, he's incredible. But I agree. I feel like there's a lot of that where it's like the priest comes, he reads a scripture, the demon leaves, and it's like, well, that happened, and it's like, but I like the weirder stuff. And
100%.
I just feel like because religion is just crazy in general, so there's so much you can do with it, and I like religious imagery. There's something about it that's just like eerie,
Absolutely.
and so, like if you look at like even just like Night of the Hunter, or like old films
Oh,
about
fuck
religion,
yeah.
like black and white crosses and things. It's just like whoa, like there's something about Also, I love Robert Mitchum. That's just a side thing, but there's
Oh,
something
yeah.
there's something about that kind of world. But anyways, I went on a giant tangent. I'm so sorry, but a long-winded way of saying like we wanted
We
to
like
do.
tangents, don't worry.
Okay, awesome.
We do.
We wanted to do like just like something Hitchcockian that was like, yeah, you have very little characters, you have a gun, and we wanted to bring in because Hippo has a little bit of religious fanaticism, and obviously this has a lot. And it's funny because now we have like 2 or 3 other films that are like fully written that like we wrote before Hippo and before Godhead that are all different like religious horror films, and some skew like more commercial and some skew like insane and weird, but like it's just something I feel like we've both had in our system for a long time that we're just trying to like, I think maybe because of our upbringings or something, and just want to explore that. And so also another thing I was seeing a lot after God had premiered is a lot of people are like, I can't wait for the 3rd film in the trilogy. And we weren't even thinking about it that way, but we're like, oh, I mean, I guess it is like another black and white film that touches on religion. So I guess we need to make like a final one that's just huge and even more insane. So,
and you've got that terrifying blonde hair.
I got that terrifying blonde hair, and blonde hair is the scariest. There's something about blonde hair; it's insanely eerie.
It
like,
really is,
like,
especially when you can tell it's been bleached.
Yes,
that bleached, slick back look is like
eerie.
Nuts.
No, get that guy out of there.
Yeah. That's Jared Leto shit.
No, it's insane. Yeah, it's scary, very scary, and it's like, oh man, there's also something about like I don't know, I can't remember if this is true or not, but like people talk about how like no one knows like, or very few people know like blonde adults. Like there are very few blonde adults. Maybe I'm so wrong. It's not bleached. Like not like discounting.
I have bleached.
like that doesn't count because that's but because people like when they're born they're like blonde or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of people grow out of it. I don't know what it is, but there's something about like it's just like there's an eerie. It's not like Uncanny Valley, but for a horror film, especially in black and white, it makes for some alien look because it gets like highlighted in black and white where you're like, whoa, like it's like Legolas, but evil.
And that character is heightened. It's like like when you did it in Hippo, you're like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
Well, and that was funny too because it was like because like with Hippo, it's like he literally sees like this side character in a video game, and he's like, yeah, I want to have blonde hair, and like this is so random, but so that video game Body Harvest, have either of you played that?
No.
You have.
It looks rad.
So it's funny. We were just like looking when we were writing it, we were looking for like what is like the equivalent of like the 90s version of GTA. Because we wanted just like a typical, like, okay, like a kid could get sucked into this, and like not at all to throw a stigma on video games. I love video games. I love GTA. But what is like a violent video game that maybe in the wrong hands of someone that's like crazy, like wouldn't be the best influence on him. And apparently Body Harvest is like the like predecessor of all of the GTA games, because I guess the same people that worked on it worked on GTA, but it's got like aliens and like giant bugs and crazy stuff. But anyways, it's like a crazy, insanely hard game. And that character, like we skimmed through the whole game. He's in it for 2 seconds. So anyways, fun fact. But
that's pretty cool. I love fun facts like that. Yeah. Honestly, I do.
I think the predecessor for GTA, for what I always thought it was when I first started playing stuff like GTA, I thought the predecessor was Carmageddon. Carmageddon was like the old school.
Yes, I've heard of this.
It's an old school game that was kind of rudimentary, but the entire idea behind it was that you scored points by running over pedestrians.
Whoa!
So like you literally had to, you literally had to mow people down to get points.
Do they ever let you like get out of the car and do stuff, or you're all in the car?
So in later games, they do let you get out of the car, but like the way that it's very rudimentary, like it's not anything like GTA as far as that goes. But the majority of what you have to do is all violence with your vehicle. Like that's really what it is. But it's also very open world too. So it kind of had a little bit of things going back and forth like that. But I think with when it comes to like video games that are put in the wrong hands, so to speak, I think
Yeah.
like the king of that was the game Manhunt.
Oh, Manhunt's amazing.
That game was fucking insane, and if they made a movie out of it, it would be
It's a
They
perfect.
that's
did.
crazy.
I'm
Oh,
sure they
Nah,
did.
no, they didn't.
really? That's a
No,
dark. Yeah, that's a dark.
Oh, what am I thinking of? What
because
was that?
Manhunt was the snuff movie game, where like
That's
you,
was
where it's the director filming you as the player having to go kill
yeah.
people with just everyday objects.
It's
So you have to like
crazy
suffocate people with like a plastic bag. Like,
dark game. But if it hasn't been made into a movie, it's ripe for one because it's like it's kind of like it's almost like a horror version of like Boogie Nights or something,
yeah,
where it's like I don't know. That's a crazy game. Has it been made into a movie?
I don't
No,
think it
I was
has.
thinking of what was that game where you just like drove the car up and there you could like shoot oil back and
Oh, you're talking about
I think The Rock was in it.
no, you're talking about Death Race.
No, no. This
No?
was no, it was like elevator action kind of. Do you remember elevator action? It was like right
Okay.
next to elevator action in the arcade in the 80s.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
might be dating myself like crazy, but
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but movie-wise, the one that I'm thinking of that has like the oil slicks and like the shit that you throw off of the car to throw the other
right.
characters off,
No,
that's Death Race. Which that
yes,
was
which
also funny to me
rules.
because you have a movie like Death Race and you have somebody like as a lead character played by Jason Statham, and he does zero martial arts in the whole movie, which is I think it's the only time that's ever been the case for him because I
Yeah,
mean,
he's always fighting someone.
yeah, like it's a fucking Jason Statham is the actor of the generation where it's like we need somebody to kick the shit out of all these bad guys, and then Jason Statham's like, I'm available,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
and that's what it is. But the Death Race movies were like cheese, but they were fun. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Danny
That's a
Trejo's in them, of course, because Danny
Oh, he's
Trejo, he
great.
fucking yeah, like
Have you
he's
been to have you been to Trejo's Donuts in LA? Amazing.
I have that and Trejo's tacos too.
Oh, I gotta go to Trejo's Tacos.
Yeah, so Trejo's Tacos, if you, I don't remember which location is the original one, but if you Google it and look up which one's the original one, he actually shows up to it a lot.
Oh, that's
Like he just
amazing.
shows up to hang out with people.
His donuts are incredible. Like some of the, I think probably the best donuts in LA. I
LA is one of those weird places for food because like it's kind of a foodie place, but
yeah,
like you have to know where they are. Like you really have to know where to
yeah.
go. I will shout out a specific place. My friend Monty, she took me there when I went to go see her last time in LA. It's a place called Proof. It's in Los Feliz, or Los Feliz, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I say Feliz, and I never know if I'm saying it right or not.
right, I've heard it both ways many times. But Proof is dope. It's a very, very small bakery. And it's a really, really nice place, but the food quality is insanely good and the prices are not crazy. And it's also like a
Amazing.
celebrity hotspot, so you'd expect the prices to be like pretty skyrocketed,
But they're
and they're
like
not at
good.
all. Like it's a
That's
very, very cool
amazing.
place. I got to
That's
meet Walton
amazing.
Goggins there, and he is the
Oh,
sweetest person I
amazing.
think I've ever met. Like,
That I wanted so bad to he was at the Righteous Gemstones premiere and I it was also like around the time that like White Lotus and everything was coming out, so like everyone was wanting to talk to him, so I just was like I'm not gonna say anything, but he like sat right behind me and he's just I mean an insanely cool guy, so like I
yeah,
and who doesn't love him? I mean he's amazing in everything he's in, so
I've
and I
yet to
mean
see him, yeah, do anything that's not amazing.
also like speaking of White Lotus, like him and Sam Rockwell in that like that scene was like I mean I can't remember the last time like a scene from something like hit the zeitgeist in a way where you're like wow that like that's become it, like that scene became like a phenomenon where you're
Yeah.
like where it's like you people that didn't even watch the show they saw the scene it went so viral.
Hmm.
Well, I
um
think there's people that I think those two actors are so
Amazing.
highly respected by more than just like the Hollywood
Yeah.
crew and then the fair weather fans or whatever, or like they're also respected by indie creators and like
Yep.
because they
Yeah.
recognize like those dudes are nice dudes. They will do indie
Yeah.
stuff and they are fucking really good at it. Like what
I
they
think
do.
Honestly.
Walton
Yeah.
Goggins also is one of those dudes that like I remember seeing him way back when I was watching The Shield, which was
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not a propaganda person, but The Shield was like
The
that's like
Shield's the
tip
only
top.
cop show I
Like yeah,
watch. It
that
is
fucking show
fucking.
was incredible. And I remembered seeing Walton Goggins on that show and going like that fucking dude's gonna like do a lot of stuff. Like I
Also,
could
he's a scumbag.
super scumbag in that show. Like
Yeah, I
and
hated him
then
so much because he killed Lem, and Lem was my
I know,
favorite.
dude. Like what a
Oh,
dick. What a
I was
fucking dick
so
move.
angry and I hated him. And then I met Lem actually at my wedding at the hotel where we
Oh
were
shit.
staying, and that was awesome. And I haven't met Goggins, but I want to be like, you killed Lem.
Yeah, how dare you, man? He's like, he'd probably be like, I've done so many other things since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that was one of his earliest shit. But
But like it was interesting because I remember seeing that show thinking he was gonna like do a lot more stuff and everything. And then I started seeing him pop up in movies quite a bit. And I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew that dude was going to be
Yeah.
doing a lot more stuff. And like as his roles have gone on farther and as his movies and TV stuff has gone, you see kind of the range that he has, you know?
Yeah.
And you have things like Righteous Gemstones. You have things like
Yeah.
Vice Principals. So you
Oh
have
my
him doing
goodness. Yeah.
comedy. You have him doing the Fallout show. So you've got
Yeah. Oh
playing the
my goodness.
Ghoul. Like
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
shit.
You know
Absolutely crazy.
what's someone else I was geeking out about was I'm spacing on their name, but the same makeup team that did Fallout did Queens of the Dead, and they
Yeah.
found out they got like the Emmy nomination like when we were filming, and that's like some of the best makeup I've ever. I mean, his look in Fallout is amazing.
It's incredible.
really cool.
It's amazing. Also, the games are incredible.
Oh
Fallout.
yeah, the games are fantastic. And
Incredible.
like also, I mean the show is a good translation. Like they did a
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
translation of the game to the show. But I want to pivot to talk about Queens of the Dead a little bit here because
Yeah.
we had
That's one of
Tina
our favorites.
yeah, we had
That's
Tina on the
amazing.
show a while back and first
Yeah.
off, shout out Tina Romero.
Yeah.
Tina
Like
Romero
just
forever.
she's
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
She's amazing.
That movie was so cool because like I'm a big zombie fan as it is. Also shout out Fantasia. I just watched Black Zombie today and it's incredible.
Oh, I need to see it.
It's so good. But I've always been a big zombie fan, quite like in general, and I think anybody that is a zombie fan knows that there's some really shitty zombie movies out there, and then there's like
There's good ones.
there's top tier zombie movies, and when you see the name Romero attached to a zombie movie, you obviously have an expectation immediately, But Queens of the Dead was perfect, like as far as the pitch of it goes, the tone, the pacing, the look, the energy, all of it was absolutely spot on. And it's like it was one of those ones that I went in with high expectations and it blew my expectations out of the water.
That's
I
amazing.
wasn't working on that.
Oh man, it was amazing. It was honestly like, I mean, first of all, everyone was so lovely. Tina's like the loveliest person in the world, and like I was like so like, I mean, honored to be a part of it. It's crazy. It was very like random and sudden, but what's funny is so random funny piece of information that you will be found like maybe crazy. So Sarah Coffey, who plays Firstborn,
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
she's amazing.
So good.
So she's my girlfriend in real life, and which
Oh,
is
shit.
which is
I didn't want to ask or anything, but like I saw that you guys were firstborn and secondborn, and then I saw that like I knew she was in Queens, and then I was like,
Yeah.
he was in why? Like that's
yeah. There's
Yeah.
some connection
there's
going
some
on.
connection there.
Yeah. Well, so
That puts a scene in Godhead into a different
Different-
frame of mind now. You guys
That's
will know when you
amazing.
watch the movie.
that's so funny. It's funny because that got mentioned like on stage at Fantasia, and like there was like some gasps, like people were like
Sure.
not
Yeah.
expecting that, which I guess is also like a compliment in a sense. But but so the reason I bring that up is she was cast first. She got like offered the role of Misty, the influencer that comes in, and it's like in the film, Misty has her boyfriend, and like they're the whole thing is that they're like the one straight couple, like trying to like bank some pics for Pride Month, and they're trying to like cash in on like they're trying to see like, okay, we got to go get some pics for Pride Month just for our Instagram and everything, you know,
to make some money off the queerness, you know.
Exactly, yeah, we got to like capitalize on it, and it was originally going to be another guy playing the role, and she went to like New Jersey to film it, and it was insanely last minute. I literally was like on the couch, like not doing anything. I was like not mentally prepared to go out and do anything that day. Like I was like, I'm like laying on the couch, and I am like in just like slob mode. And she like was far away in New Jersey, like Patterson, New Jersey or something. And we live in Flatbush, like right under Prospect Park. You
and Graham are right on top of each other, basically.
Really?
Then.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live basically across the street on Ocean from King's.
Wait, whoa. King's Theater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy. We got to do something sometime.
Where do you I'll ask you later, but like,
yeah. I literally
right underneath the park.
Like
I used to live on Crook.
That's crazy. Wait, whoa. That's amazing. It's fun to find fellow Flatbush people.
100%, because there's not a lot of us.
There's not a lot. And everyone's like, come to Manhattan, you know, and you're like, come on.
Fuck that.
You know? Yeah.
No.
So that's so funny. Yeah, we got to get into that later. But so she texted me out of the blue, and she was like, how would you like to, she was like, oh, actually, no, I'm getting my story mixed up a little bit. Originally, we both got asked. She was in the kitchen one day, and she was like, how would you like to do a zombie movie directed by Tina Romero with all of these people? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what? This is like a weird joke to make in the kitchen. Like, right. I don't know. And then she was like, no, I'm serious. Like, because we're friends with the casting director, and she like reached out to Sarah. And but then it turned out at the time there was this other, like, they were iffy on if they needed another male actor yet, because this guy, like, they had an actor, I think, that was like in it, but might have had like scheduling conflicts or something, and then I think last minute he had to drop out. And so originally she went to go film, and she was in New Jersey, and she was like, hey, actually they don't have another actor for this role, and they need someone like today. Can you come in? And I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I would love to. But it's like, also like, it's going to take me an hour and a half to get over there. And then the makeup also, like the zombie makeup, which is very unique. I love the makeup in the film. It's crazy. Like it took like 3 to 4 hours to apply that. So it's like, it was like, okay, come over right now, like hour and a half to get there.
Then stay here for a while.
Go do makeup stuff for like 4 hours and then film. And I was like, if you guys are okay with the fact that like I'm not going to be there for like an hour and a half, like I'm totally down to come do this. But like so it was like very cosmic how it happened, and it was just kind of awesome. And what's funny is regarding Godhead, this is all very cosmic as well. But what's very funny is before I even met her, Mark, we had made Hippo, and Mark met her at like a friend thing, because she worked with some producers that we're friends with on a horror movie with Emil Hirsch called Devil's Workshop. And he was hanging out with them, and she was there. And for this other movie that we hadn't made yet, we still haven't made yet, he was like, oh, you should check out this actress. She'd be great for this role. And I was like, oh yeah, she looks amazing. She's doing a lot of really cool stuff. Like, that's awesome. But like, I didn't really think much of it, because I was like, sometimes with some of these movies, especially the one he was referring to, it becomes like your white whale, where you're like chasing that movie for so long. But it's like that particular movie is like a bigger budget, and we've gotten very close to filming it a few times. It's like a $2 million movie, but it's like fallen apart so many times. So I was like, I mean, that's awesome, but like, I'm not going to think about that too much, because I'm just kind of putting that movie aside in my brain right now. But so anyways, I'm sorry, I'm Mr. Yammerbox.
No, we like this. This is good.
Okay. But so then, funny enough, fast forward, and then my friends were in town for that Devil's Workshop movie, and I was living in LA at the time, and I was just very bored, and I was like, I saw they were in town. I was like, oh, are you guys going to be there for the screening? If so, I'd love to come and just hang out. And they were like, yeah, just come party with us. And so I went to go party with them, and she was just there, and we like hit it off instantly. And I like, it was like literally like meeting someone where you're like, whoa, like I believe potentially in past lives or something, because I feel like maybe we were like 4,000 years ago, we could have been like turtles and met on the beach or something, because it's like the connection was just like instant. And so then it's just funny. Then it just that's just the way it worked. And like originally Mark was like, it's funny, like when we were first like dating, he's like, be careful, because like I don't want like anything to be like, I like if you guys like get too close and break up, like that could be bad for this other movie that I think we should do together. And I was like, don't worry, I don't think that's gonna happen. And then that never happened, and then we just stayed together, and then we made Godhead together, and then so it's really cosmic how all that happened.
I love it. I mean, like
That's
that
really
kind of story
cool.
is so cool too, because I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to Hollywood and when it comes to actors and stuff, you see a lot of the same people in the same circles, especially if you work with the director multiple times. A
Yeah.
lot of directors, and I'll say directors like Mark, because what I mean by that is he has a style. He has a
Yeah.
look. He has a type of movie that he kind of like, makes just based off of the two that I've seen. And he also clearly has people that he likes that he brings back because, you've
Yeah.
been in multiple movies now. And I feel like going forward, that's probably going to be the case with his movies. He's probably
Well,
going to be
if
somebody that casts people, that he's worked with and that he likes the performances of and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is good. But that's
it
cool that you
feels
guys
like,
met like that.
Yeah.
especially with the weirdo movies,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
especially with the strange ones.
when it's not just, I think a lot of it has to do with the actors just trusting and understanding the project, the concept,
Yeah,
what's asked, and being really passionate about it. I think that goes with most indie. I think that's why I love indie, is everybody that's on set is wants this to happen.
it's like
Totally.
with
Not
it's like
just a
with
paycheck because they're not getting a big one,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they
one of the
want to get this done.
one of the biggest examples of that right now is Yorgos. Yorgos is, he casts a lot of the same people. And
Totally.
I'm not a huge Yorgos guy, but
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm
Does
not
he?
against.
I
He
guess he
does.
does.
Emma Stone,
Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons
Jesse
has come back a
Plemons.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
he
like I'm
has repeat
spacing
he
on.
has quite a few repeat cast members. And
And
Yeah.
I think that, like when I watch Hippo and Godhead, I feel like, and the way you talk about it and stuff, it feels like it's like you're his muse and he's your
yeah,
muse.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You
it's
know,
a
it's
mutual thing. Like
That's very sweet of you. Honestly, it's true. I mean, it's funny. We like when we first did our first short together, like we just hit it off, and because we filmed that short in July 2020, and we really hit it off, and we were like, man, we have like the same taste, we have the same favorite movies. Like, let's like keep making stuff together, and so like let's like write stuff together for you to act in and me to direct, and like that was like kind of the way we were looking at it, and so we wrote a few movies together, and before we landed on Hippo, it was like we wrote like two movies that were like big budgets. Not when I say big budgets, I mean like compared to indies, literally like 2 million. What like one
Sure.
like took that one that's like very small amount of actors needed, but it's 1800s, it's outside, and like you're thinking when you're writing that early on, you're like, it can't be that expensive to shoot at night in the 1800s, and like, but shooting at night is so expensive because you have to have like one of those moonlights and like all the, and so like,
Yeah.
and so we were like, what can we shoot like Mark was like, what can we shoot at my grandma's house in Pennsylvania? And so we came up with Hippo, and so, but it's funny because yeah, we just kind of have a rhythm and we understand each other, and like when we're kind of writing together, because I honestly like the only times I've really ever written are with him. Like for me, it's like an extension of acting where like I sometimes I get like if I've tried to like write on my own, I get antsy because I just want to film the thing and I just want to like play the character. But it's nice writing with a director because he can look at the big picture and I can kind of look at the character. And it kind of always starts with like, what kind of character do you want to play? And it's like, well, I'd like to play a sociopath, or I'd like to play like a cult leader, or I'd like to play like, and so you play around with all of that. And then and then you're making character choices and he's making story choices, and we just developed a good rhythm. But we have like a lot of other ideas we're like looking to do now, and now we're like, okay, we kind of want to make our third biblical horror film, that we kind of want to make the one that's in the 1800s next. So we'll see. But
A period piece for a biblical film would be cool too. And like, we were talking about the religion thing earlier, and I'll go back to it a little bit because I think when it comes to religious horror films, the reason that I think they work a lot is because religion is something that's so ingrained just in the world. And the way that I've always looked at religion, we're kind of all on the same page. Like, I consider myself to be agnostic too. Like, I don't know what the fuck happens after we die. Like, there's no way to know it. But
I'm
at
just
the same,
very anti.
yes.
yeah.
And like my thing about it has always been that I think religion is fine, but I think organized religion is a cancer. Like, and I think it's because once you put a dollar sign onto a belief, it's no longer a belief. Like, it's now it's something that's got like money attached, and there's other
Also,
shit, and
people calling themselves Christians are not doing anything Christian-y.
Yeah.
Like,
so
there's it
all
very
sorts
much
of problems.
morphs once it becomes a cult religion. I'm all for people believing in God or Jesus or whatever, but
there's
like,
a lot of
I don't like religion. Like, don't get together with other people and then discuss the neighborhood's problem. Like, you're not
like
in charge.
that's where
with
it gets
that.
fucking weird.
I don't like
and
it.
I think that's why it works so well for a horror film, because on a horror film you have the ranges of religion where you have, it's kind of like the boiled down version, which is what I'll call Godhead. Because Godhead, even though like when you and Sarah walk into the scene, like when you walk into the scene and the very first time that you walk in, the audience sees you two and goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, because you two have a completely different look, but also at the same time are very clearly connected. And then as things start to get revealed and you start seeing different character points and different character aspects of it, and the whole idea of the twin prophets thing and like all that stuff, once you start getting into it, you have a huge idea that's very contained. And that works so well, but specifically with religion, because you can take a religious horror and you can make it this giant world, or you can put three people into a room.
End of days, baby.
Fuck shit up. Like, it just, that's what happens. And I think that something like Godhead is infinitely more scary than something like The Conjuring.
Oh man, that's very sweet of you.
Like, Graham hates The Conjuring. I don't hate it, but like, I hate the Warrens. But
I hate the Warrens, and I hate that movie. And I'm gonna say it again. It's because they fucking retcon the entire point of the movie at the end when the church calls and is like, yeah, it's fine if you do this.
You guys are fine. Go ahead and do your exorcisms. We were just
doing something he's not supposed to do to save this family, but then the church says it's fine anyway. You're not fucking here.
The whole movie didn't matter.
It really upset me as a movie. Laid out, I was like, sure, they acted well. I don't care. Like, it didn't fucking stop me from being like, the fucking Warrens are not superheroes.
No,
they were terrible people. Stop turning them into fucking superheroes.
And I think,
the Warrens. The Warrens are the names of the characters, right? I saw the first one, but I haven't seen it in so long.
Well,
but
the real Warrens are
okay.
absolutely terrible people. They were pedophiles.
They're charlatans. They're
anti-Semitic,
all sorts of shit. Yeah,
and they took money. They never like took money for their.
Wait, like in real life, like these are real people?
Yeah, they're real people.
100%. They were terrible people, and now like. James Wan, who I want to like, I do, but like he's doing what they did. He's shamming everybody, saying these people are superheroes. Well, and like also got children hurt because they wouldn't send them to the hospital where they needed to go.
The movie, the most recent one that was called, I think it was called The Devil Made Me Do It, which is the one that's about the court case. That's a very real court case, this is actually what's kind of like even more fucked up about this. It's about a court case involving people that are still alive. Like, so it's involving people that still exist. Like, it's something where they take this court case, they completely falsify a lot of the stuff that happened during the court case, and they make it seem like it's that it's straight up like the God told him to do this and that and everything like that. When in real life, in the real actuality, the dude was nuts and he killed a kid,
Yeah.
And so when this movie came out, it became a thing where it wasn't necessarily as much a horror movie as it became like a courtroom drama. And then it had like the big, the big fucking exorcism scene that they always have in them. But it made it a very cartoonishly just bad movie. And so when you get movies like that, these things that are trying to chase the exorcist dragon, which is kind of what a lot of those movies are trying to do, you have these ones where they way overshoot. They try to make this thing that's just like this overly large giant scene, like exorcist type of thing, shit's floating around upside down, blah 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 blah, and it becomes such a cartoon on screen that, like, sure, it can be a fun popcorn movie. Whereas
just like when Michael Bay redid the hook scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm still pissed about that. Sorry, go ahead.
a lot of people were very precious about that one. A lot of people named Graham. But I think when you take a movie like that and you take something that is as grandiose as religion and you boil it down to a thing that is very contained, is very put like just on the shoulders of a couple of characters
going on in your mind about it and stuff.
Once you do that, then you make religion scary.
Yeah.
It's not about the demons. It's not about the ghosts. It's not about
it's about convincing
the ooga booga shit. It's the stuff that's like truly scary in your soul. And that's what Godhead did. Like,
that's so nice.
It really did. And like, again, I'm somebody who is pretty judgmental about religious horror movies just because of my upbringing, especially. And by the time I got to the end of the movie, I was like, that's like an actually scary movie. Like, it legitimately is there's legitimate fear that comes out of what's happening in that movie. And I also like that there wasn't really a character that was good, per se. Like they don't have to have a good person. I mean, the boy, innocent. But the adults, there's not really a quote unquote good person.
Yeah, everyone has, which I feel like in a good story, there shouldn't be anyone that's like perfect, like because everyone in real life just does inherently have flaws,
Because then it's just a Superman movie.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be crazy if like the father could fly and he could shut his eyes.
That would be hilarious if that was the movie. He just fucking dude just flew out of the roof.
Yeah. Been a lot more like Dance Freak.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that?
Such a good movie. Yeah,
that was so cool. Amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I love Alan Resnick, and I'm spacing on the other guy's name.
Robbie Ratcliffe.
Okay, yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, Robert Ratcliffe.
Their short films are also incredible.
Yeah. Dance Freak is a perfect example of the movies when I'm talking about art forward. It's one where you kind of got to sell people a little bit on the idea, and people aren't just going to look at and then people aren't just going to walk into it and be like, well, I'm all in for that movie. But if you sell them a little bit on what it is, they're like, all right, I'm going to give this, and then it ends up being amazing. Dance Freak was so fun. It's such a fun movie.
That was an amazing movie, and I stayed for the Q&A, and they were saying they made it for like $50K over, I want to say a few years, but that, like, what they did in that movie for $50K is insane. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
It hit me in a way that like Inland Empire hit me. I was just what is this like Odyssey that I'm seeing? Like, it was crazy. It's so good.
That's kind of in a lesser, more Star Wars way. That's kind of what the Galactic Ghoul did to me. When I started it, I was like,
such a cool movie too.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then by the time it starts going, I'm like, oh, this is better than Star Wars.
The thing that's like so cool about Fantasia as a film fest, I think, is that like they do take a lot of chances, like on what movies they put on their on their lineup. And the movies that we've seen on the festival so far have ranged everything from like, boiler room, pressure cooker type of things like Godhead to things like Colony, which is batshit fucking insane, like
Colony
crazy.
Was wonderful.
Yeah, dude. That's the Trains of Busan director.
Way. I love Train to Busan.
Yeah, it's his follow-up.
One of the best zombie movies, easy.
No way. Was that this year's Fantasia Colony?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was the first movie I saw for it, actually. I do want to shout out this one movie, and I don't remember the director or the actors' names, but it was called Someone's Daughter. And it was about this dude who takes the lawyer who got the rapist or alleged rapist off a trial, like off. He went free from a rape charge, and the dad, after the daughter has now died, the dad kidnaps the lawyer and the rapist and puts them on an island together, goes out and kills himself and just leaves them there.
Whoa.
And it's them
just leaves them there
trying to survive.
Whoa.
And it gets like, oh,
I'm looking up the movie.
Did she
right
do
now.
a good job? You know,
Whoa.
like, was she supposed to get him off? Like, and it just gets really, really intense. And that's a pretty good pressure cooker, which I liked a lot. Someone's daughter, yeah.
Wow.
Someone's daughter. The film. Okay,
that was also this year.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet.
It's really
I'm looking
good.
it up right now. Yeah,
it's not. I was actually told by the people. They were like, "Please remember, this isn't a horror film." Because I was like, "It's for another goddamn horror podcast."
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just remember, this isn't a horror film; it's a thriller. And I watched it. I was like, "Yeah, it's a thriller. It's film too.
Yeah.
It's survival horror, like 100%."
The idea behind it sounds like
my umbrella for horror is much bigger than most, and I understand when people are trying to either sell their movie. You know, horror doesn't. Horror gets shit on. It's insane to me. I think it's the dominant genre. I think it's the only genre that can bring in other genres, every other genre.
You know, I was talking to a friend about this actually, like yesterday. I love horror so much. I mean, so many of my favorite movies are horror movies. And I mean, I love that it's so funny. You could argue that it's always been having a surgence in a sense that, like, you go back to all of these years and all of these decades and you'll find, like, even recently, obviously, like, but pre-Obsession and Backrooms, obviously 10 years ago, you had like The Witch and like, you know, Robert Eggers and Ari Aster were coming onto the scene, and like Jordan Peele and like, the girl that did the Babadook, and
Jennifer Kent.
Yes, she's amazing. And
she did The Nightingale too.
Yes. Oh, I heard that's amazing and like insanely dark. And
very on both.
I need to see that. But so horror has always been having a good time, but obviously recently it's become just even more global with like Obsession and Backrooms. I haven't seen Backrooms yet, but I loved Obsession. And I mean, I just love, it's funny. I mean, kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier with like people kind of having like ADHD brains now with just like phones and TikTok and everything, just kind of, you're getting stuff all the time at your brain. It's hard, and your movies are competing with what's right there in the palm of your hand. But I feel like horror is the one genre it's very easy to convince people, like, let's go to the movies and let's go see this. Let's go get, because there's something about it really elicits. It's almost like it calls back to like, you heard that story about like the first movie ever made where it was like the train coming at the audience and everyone like ran out of the room because I feel like horror like still like elicits that thing where you're like, you're seeing the train come out and you're like, whoa, and you're like horrified. And like, and at the same time, it's able to get all these, like, it can make you laugh. It can make you cry. Like I love horror. I feel like it's just like, like it gets some people shit on it because they think, oh, it's easy. It's, you know, but it's not easy. And I just, and there's so many good movies in the horror genre.
Yeah. I'll always give it up to Spielberg for being one of the only like, I guess, masters at this point, you know, like the big,
the big directors.
Yeah, he's like the only one that ever really gave horror a chance. Like fucking all those guys like Scorsese and stuff just shit on horror. For almost their entire careers.
Yeah.
What's really funny about
famous when it got like a big resurgence recently, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna make one. No, just don't. We've seen your fucking movies.
Yeah.
Don't even make any more mob movies. Just go home.
Yeah. When you look at Scorsese too, it's really funny because this goes to what you just said. Horror is not easy. And I'll use Scorsese as an example of that because when he tried to do horror, it was dog shit. And that was Shutter Island. It was fucking terrible.
I actually never saw that, weirdly.
This is the thing about Shutter Island. If you watch the trailer, you can see the twist a mile away. And
I feel like I know the twist for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
already. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and like the thing about it is that when you watch the movie, it has nothing to do with Leonardo DiCaprio or Mark Ruffalo because they do fine in the movie.
He,
They perform their ass off in the movie.
you
But the
know,
movie itself is just bad. It's a poorly written movie and it's filmed like shit. It's just he doesn't do a good horror movie at all.
the one I don't know if you could call if you call this horror, but I did enjoy his Cape Fear with
Cape
Robert.
Oh,
Fear was
yeah,
solid.
sure.
Cape Fear.
That's
But
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know if that's but I don't is that horror? I don't know if that's
He would
thriller.
never have called it horror.
Yeah,
He
yeah, I
I
think
think it's
it's
specifically has
thriller.
gone on
absolutely a
record.
horror.
He has gone on
Yeah.
record saying that it's not a horror movie. Now,
Yeah.
I will tell you this. The one movie that he did that is a horror movie, and he can say it until his dying day that it's not, but it fucking is, and it's a very good movie, is Bringing Out the Dead.
I need to see that, and I hear it's amazing.
That movie is fantastic. And the thing
And
about
because
that
it's
movie,
Nick Cage, and he's like in he works in the ER or something.
yeah, he's an ambulance driver in New
Yeah.
York City, and he has insomnia and PTSD from his job, and he has Tom Sizemore as his passenger, which also probably gives him PTSD. And so you're going through this world through Nicolas Cage's eyes as an insomnia ridden like d- ambulance driver that has to see nothing but trauma and horrible shit the whole time he's like basically
Whoa.
forced to be awake. But the thing about it is that the way that the movie is framed is it has like a little bit of a psychedelic nature to it. It has a little bit of a
Mm.
hallucinatory thing going on at times. The way that it's actually filmed, like the lighting and stuff, is very horror adjacent. And by the end of the movie, it's a fucking horror movie, like through and through. And it's
He will
one of
never say it is.
never. People have
Whoa.
put it in his face, and he's absolutely not. He goes, not, it's not at all. He called it a psychological drama once, and I was like, you're an asshole. That's a horror movie. Like straight
I
up, dude.
gotta I gotta see this.
I just think
It's
like
been on my
so
list.
good.
It's been on my list for so long, but I've wanted to watch it. I also love Paul Schrader because didn't Paul Schrader write that as well?
Yeah,
Um,
Paul Schrader was one of the writers on that one.
okay, wow. Yeah, I need to see that. That's
He
amazing.
also he did Paul Schrader, by the way, did a religious thriller slash horror movie that was very very good too, called First Reformed.
Oh
First
yeah, First
Reformed is
Reformed is
fantastic.
amazing. It's amazing.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've
Um,
ever seen that.
it's incredible. I mean, I love Ethan Hawke, of course, who doesn't. Amanda Seyfried is amazing, and
hmm
also there's this actor in it, Phil Edinger,
yeah,
who he's amazing as well, and I feel like he's in it for like 5-10 minutes, but he's very impactful. He's amazing.
yeah. He's not
Um,
in it very long, and he does very very good. And like that kind of a movie, also cool, is a cool idea of what a horror film can be within the religious scope because it is for sure a like boiled down like psychological dramatic horror.
yeah,
But by the end of the movie, it's a horror movie for sure. But the really big part of it is about the crisis of faith. And
Mhm.
like taking a crisis of faith and turning it into a horrific, I guess, journey for Ethan Hawke's character, is fantastic. And like
Yeah,
those are the kinds of ways that I think you can use religion in horror properly to make them actually scary. Because I think somebody like will look at Father and Godhead. When you put somebody who's devout
yeah,
and you put a crisis in front of them that makes them question their faith, what they're questioning is something that they have had basically since birth.
yeah,
It's the only thing that they've ever known. And putting that in somebody's face and showing them that they might have been wrong their whole life, like that's terrifying because that sends you into a whole big mental spiral and all sorts of things. And I think that kind of a thing, that psychological trick can like really turn you around and can take you into some really fucking dark places.
yeah.
And, you know, I will keep going back to Godhead because what you and Sarah did with your two characters, it was so interesting to me because you're so different, but you have an equal amount of what's the best word for it? Darkness.
Wait.
You have an equal amount of like you have an equal amount of darkness in very different ways.
Yeah.
Like is the best way to put it. And also like it's kind of crazy that you guys are like in a relationship too because
Yeah. Yeah.
just because of the way that you guys had to act with each other, like just the relationship back and forth. With her being like super protective of you, and you, like, without hitting it on the nose, I'm gonna say you were autistic. I mean,
Yeah,
like that,
there's something there for sure.
I would call it violently autistic. Is what I would call it at points. But like, you've got her being the protector, you've got you being the one that's kind of like on a hair trigger, like the quickest thing can flip you. And the having to go back and forth with those emotional beats, that really just says a lot to the talent of both of you guys. Like, just
that's very, very
phenomenal.
Sweet of you. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
That
Can you please tell Sarah that we thought she was fucking awesome?
Of course, you guys had to get her on the podcast. That
we would love to have her.
We'll have her on anytime
absolutely.
She
wants. That's very sweet. She'll enjoy hearing that for sure. That it's funny because when we were filming, we filmed it in Charleston, and it was we had our dog with us at our Airbnb, and our dog is like, she's just very aware of everything. And what I mean is, like, if I even get like a haircut, like the tiniest trim in the world, I'll notice her like looking up at my head. Like, she'll be like almost like something's different. But when we were doing Godhead, like, we both, like, I mean, when I came home and my hair was bleached and my eyebrows were bleached, she was like, "Who are you?" But what made it even worse was, like, we would try to like come home at lunch to like let her out to go to the bathroom and like just make sure she's okay. Like, we had like a camera like watching her, like, just because I just obsessively check all the time.
Sure.
But like, it was very close to where we were filming, so it's like, okay, like 4-minute drive back, let's go check on her, let's like go make sure she's okay. And then but whenever we'd come home at lunch, we'd be wearing our white track suits that don't smell like us at all because they're like our wardrobe. And like, and Sarah has like her like crazy like extensions in and like all this like jewelry, and my hair is tied back and it's like crazy. And she would bark at us like crazy. Like, she'd be like so horrified. Like, who are these people? And it got really bad because, like, this one time we both visited her, we came to go check on her, and we were in their full wardrobe. And we thought, this is going to be easy. We're just going to like let her out and go, and then bring her back in and go. And luckily there was like a fence in the backyard, but like, we let her out in the backyard, and she was running from us, and she would not come back. And she would refuse to come back into the house. And we were chasing her around the backyard, like, "Norma, get back here!" Like, her name is Norma, and we were chasing her in our white tracksuits, and like, it had just rained in Charleston. We're like slipping in the mud, and like, and like, luckily there was like doubles or like triples of the tracksuit, but like, we felt so bad. We were like getting them so messy. Like, after this, we were like, okay, we're taking her out on a leash if we're gonna take her out at lunch, and if we're gonna be in our tracksuits, and we're gonna also like wear like a robe and something else. But it was
something
like,
that smells like her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was crazy experience. But
that's pretty
my cat's
funny.
The same way. If I ever walk in the house and I look different, or if I like smell like the outdoors, it takes him a little while where he's like, "All right, motherfucker, like you've been around doing some shit." Like,
yeah. Like, I don't know if you're yourself anymore. Yeah.
Hey, I think you can see her back here.
Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie's on the bed right now.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
She's a tiny little cat in a tuxedo, and her name's Freddie Furiosa. And
I love that.
She just yells at me as soon as I come in from whatever. She'll just sit down, look up, and yell at me until I either pet her or give her snacks.
That's what Avery does now too.
She's the alpha of the house. We also have a much bigger cat named Mad Max Fury Road.
Amazing.
And because he's more like Tom Hardy, not Mel Gibson.
I love Tom Hardy.
Very handsome, yes. And so he's the chillest. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. She is the alpha. She tells everybody what to do. She puts my wife to bed at midnight.
Amazing.
Right around midnight, she'll go and sit right in front of her and just start meowing until she goes to bed.
That's
My
incredible.
cat Avery is behind me too on the bed. He as soon as I come home, like regardless of whether it's like from work or whatever, he walks me to the room. Like so he'll walk in front of me and he'll keep on like looking back to make sure that I'm behind him. He'll walk me into the bedroom and then he'll stare directly at his jar of treats. And he'll just like look at me and then look at the treats and then look at me like you have like 2 minutes before I'm about to meow real loud. It's
Yeah,
just that's the way that works.
that's
Yeah.
So that's our
amazing.
routine every single time.
Cats have
Oh,
basically just taken our lives over. It's pretty
Yeah.
great. I'm
I
fine
They
with
always
love.
it.
make cameo appearances on the show every now and then. Like sometimes the guests will be like, "Oh, hi, cat." Like it's
I
Yeah,
just
I
wouldn't
thought
even
I
know.
saw a cat in your camera for a second earlier.
Yeah.
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 I got
Avery's
excited.
back
Yeah.
there. You can see just a little white streak right underneath George
Oh,
Carlin
that's
there.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's the white streak on his collar.
I love that.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a good boy.
Look, I could talk forever and we'll continue to talk, but I think we should go into at least
Yeah, let's go into the Dawn of the Dead
the
list
Dawn
for
of the
sure.
Dead list. But first,
Oh, yes.
I'm going to tell everybody about our Patreon.
Yeah,
Uh,
Coven of the Goddamned.
give us $1.
Yeah,
Give us $5. Give us whatever. Uh,
Exactly.
we are we're poor little dudes trying
yeah.
to do a podcast.
Spread the good
And
word about horror.
yeah,
Even if just like everyone gave $1, you know.
Legit,
it'll
yeah,
be
and like
great.
also our tiers are the exact same for everybody. It's like if you have the extra money, awesome, but if you don't, like the fucking opening tier is just $1, you know?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So I will read off the Coven of the Goddamned, our Patreon
Yes,
members
sir.
right now, which is Michael, Drew, Stephanie, Katie, Chris, Alan, Angela, Jasmine, Jason, Jake, Vivian, Ron, Kristen, Manny, Coleman, Jared, Michelle, Brandon, and Bacon Bits.
Yes.
I
And
love
Bacon
it.
Bits is in fact a cat.
We do have a
Really?
cat audience.
Yeah. Bacon
That,
Bits.
I
It's
hope now I hope all of those are cats.
yeah.
Kind of.
No. Bacon Bits is our friend Janae's cat and
Yeah.
Janae rules.
Oh, and
That's
Janae,
amazing.
I believe, is back on the list too.
She might be, but she did sign up specifically
Bacon
under
Bits is on. Yeah, that's
under
true.
Bacon Bits name.
But
Yeah.
shout out to Janae.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's
And
awesome.
by the way, we will absolutely have you back for round two, like anytime you want to come back,
Oh,
because there's so much more we can
for
talk
real.
about.
Oh, that's so nice of you guys. I honestly maybe when also like when like Godhead's coming out officially, that could be fun.
Yeah, please. Yeah, absolutely. And then in
I'll-
between now and then, yeah, like Sarah, please. Yeah, we would
That'd be
love to have
awesome.
Sarah on.
Yeah, 100%. And I just apparently live around the corner. It's insane. All right. First question. We're going to go with Michael Myers or Leatherface.
Oh man. Oh.
And you can
man.
interpret these questions however
Yeah.
you want. And you can
Oh,
answer them
whoa.
long, short, doesn't matter.
Whoa. I'm gonna say Michael Myers.
All right.
Is Michael Myers scarier or is he your favorite out of those two?
You know, it's so tough to decide. I feel like who didn't grow, I mean, who didn't grow up on both of, but Michael Myers, I mean, like both are so iconic, you know, that's so tough.
It's
Yeah,
not
like-
an easy one.
That's like asking like water or air.
I think that's
Right.
the hardest one because we have three different versions of this first question. The other is Freddy or Jason,
Mm.
and or Chucky or Pinhead.
Oh, I mean, oh wait, hold on.
I don't think any of them are easy because
those
honestly,
are tough.
I pick Jason, but I think Friday the Third or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 is the best out of the
Oh, it's
whole
amazing.
series.
Oh,
Out of either series.
for that alone, like Freddy gets, you know, a bump.
Yeah.
And I
which
always
is
pick
fine.
Freddy because I'm a stand-up comic and Freddy's
Exa-
hilarious.
And he
So,
talks. Yeah.
you know,
Jason doesn't. I just like this big, sexy mask guy.
Oh, yeah.
The shape, but Michael Myers, I'm always going Leatherface because that's my dude. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's misunderstood. I think he's
Yeah.
a trans icon. I think
Yes.
there's a lot going on with Leatherface that I absolutely adore and relate to more than Michael Myers. I didn't really love a Michael Myers movie until Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Like I loved the first Halloween. I own it. I think it's you know it's classic. It's very
It
well
is
done,
classic.
but it's not by any means my favorite.
Let's
Like
be
I'll pick
completely honest.
Chucky.
It's kind of boring. Like it's a beautiful film. It is a
Sure, no, I'm
beautiful
saying
film.
I
It's
understand. Like,
legendary. Yeah, but it's
and there are
kind of
things that were
boring.
done in that movie that are very, very incredible and fed into and helped grow horror
it's
in
tough
general.
because now I'm like looking at all these movies and I'm like, man, but like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like, ah,
It's
it's
probably
so,
my favorite. It's that Midsommar and You're Next are like my favorite movies.
You know what's
and
kind of cool
also
about Texas Chainsaw Massacre specifically is that like each one of the movies is vastly different.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Two is a fucking insane bonkers comedy horror.
and it's
yeah.
great. Like and two is fantastic. And then like,
Yeah.
you know, the one that gets shit on the most easily is Next Generation, but Next Generation is also fun. Like
I like it more
it's an
than
absolutely
Leatherface.
unhinged. It's completely
Those movies are so, I mean, they're iconic and fun. It's like, how can you not have fun? You know?
Yeah.
Matthew
Except the
McConaughey
first
doing
one
his
is
best Nicolas
genuinely
Cage. Like
horrifying. Yeah.
First one's
yeah.
actually
Yeah,
scary.
but it's such a feat of indie filmmaking that I just can't deny it. I've watched
Talk about making a budget stretch.
I've
Like
watched
Yeah,
every
honestly.
documentary. I am obsessed with that movie since day one. But yeah, so or Chucky and Pinhead. I don't know who I would pick out of
that
that.
one's tough.
Oh,
That's maybe the toughest one.
Consistency
oh,
goes to Chucky for sure.
yeah, consistency.
Consistency
Yeah.
definitely. However, Icon like is kind of
Yeah,
Pinhead. You know, like
Cenobite is fucking hot.
yeah,
Any Cenobite.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
also like that
Pinhead,
Doug Bradley did a Wrong Turn movie, which still makes me laugh because it was one of the shittiest Wrong Turn movies.
Of course
And
it
and then
was.
Doug Bradley shows up, and you're just like, "What the fuck are you doing here, Pinhead? Like,
I
what's going
All
on?"
right. So is your answer Michael Myers?
don't know. I'm on the Leatherface.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. And I just started thinking about, oh, they're making a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm actually really excited for that. And
I like the last one that they put out on Netflix, honestly. I thought
yeah,
it was fun as hell.
those are great movies.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go on. We'll just pretend you said Leatherface because that's the best one.
We'll edit it out.
We sold you on Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bullied you into picking Leatherface.
What movie would you remake?
Oh, whoa, that's really interesting. Oh man. Oh, hold on.
And there's
hold
different
on.
ways to think about this. Do you want to remake it because it was a shitty movie that could have been great, or do you want to remake it just because you have a specific vision that you think would be cool of it?
Yeah, and you can direct it or you could star in it, whatever, however you
Whoa.
want to.
I mean, oh man. There's probably like a few, and it's like, okay. Okay. This is a weird pick. Not a weird pick, but it's like,
We like weird picks. Weird
Yeah.
picks are good.
okay, this isn't like typical horror, but it's a movie that's unsettling.
It also doesn't have to be horror. Like you can pick a
That's-
movie it's not horror.
Oh man,
I mean, we do like the horror.
we
but-
do like
Yeah.
the horror.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
okay, so I recently watched, and I don't think anyone should remake this, but I recently watched Seconds, the Rock Hudson movie. That's like
Oh yeah.
for John Frankenheimer. It's in black and white. It's very Twilight Zone-y and like basically like this guy. I won't spoil it, but he like gets set up by his friend to get like a brand new identity across the country, and it just goes without saying it ruins his life. And
I feel like you can spoil a Rock Hudson movie just based off time. I think you can spoil a Rock Hudson movie.
I think the time is
his life ruined. That movie's amazing, but also wait, there's so many others. I mean, like from an actor standpoint alone, like okay, the movies I'm about to name, I don't think should ever be remade because they're masterpieces. But like, I mean, I would love to play Jack Torrance in The Shining. I would love to play.
I would prefer it if you played Jack Torrance in The Shining.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
I think The Shining was ruined by Jack Nicholson.
No way, no.
100%. It's my hottest take in horror by far, but I don't think The Shining is very good. I mean, there's parts that are cool, but I think it was ruined because of Jack Nicholson's over-the-top ridiculousness that he plays in every fucking movie anyway. I think his son is a better actor than he was.
Oh, Ray is awesome. I mean, oh
Yeah,
man,
Ray's
you
awesome.
know what? Here's the beautiful thing. I think it's awesome. I think that is a
It's
wild
fine.
take.
I know a lot of people love it, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I do not fault anybody for loving whatever they love, and I
No,
get
Dude,
The
I
Shining.
know
I
people that
absolutely
like.
get The Shining. I will be mad about The Conjuring, but I will not be mad about somebody loving The
you know
Shining.
what's funny? I commend you for having not only a bold take, but also just I like people that are vocal about their takes, and I think that's really cool. But I will say that like Jack Nicholson is one of my gods, but that is
I hear
totally
you.
okay.
I hear you.
But okay. Besides that,
I
also
think
again,
you're a better actor than he is, but
that is very
whatever.
sweet of you to say. I love him, but that being said, a few other movies that I again should not be remade. But I would love to like act in them. Like theoretically, are like okay. I love Blue Velvet. I love Dennis Hopper in that.
Oh
Frank,
yeah.
evil character. I would love to play that. I don't think that should ever be. I don't think any of David Lynch's movies should ever be remade.
I'm
But
not sure about Lynch. I am a remake apologist. I say remake everything.
really,
I think watching the same story through another person's eyes
it's interesting.
is going to be interesting. It
Totally.
might not be better, but sometimes it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Lynch would be
Lynch, I don't think you
very
could
Wild.
pull
difficult.
off.
I don't know if anyone could actually remake a Lynch movie like, but
No.
like that'd be. But oh man,
Even when people say a movie's Lynchian, I generally don't see it.
because it's hard to like
Yeah.
like he is exactly like he is his own like that's a whole other thing. He actually like it was the saddest thing. I mean, I feel like he's a person that should have never died. I feel like he's like an eternal. He is eternal, but like I feel like when he died, there was so much shock. I mean, he died while we were filming Godhead, and I remember it was literally the shot when firstborn and secondborn are walking up to the church the first time, and it's literally just the legs. And we found out, and everyone was like in shock and like crying, and it was like it was. But he's just the best. But yeah, he's very singular. Oh
If
man,
we found out in 20 years that David Lynch has been alive this whole time, I would not be shocked. I would just
And
go,
it's the
honestly,
only
maybe.
one that I wouldn't be mad at.
no, not at all.
Like if
no.
Tupac showed up, I'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, come on!"
But
like,
but
this is
David Lynch
bullshit.
could David Lynch could totally just like disappear and come back, and everyone
And I'd be like,
everyone would
"Oh,
be so yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
I'd be
amazing.
stoked.
I'm trying to think. I mean, this is I could go on and on about other like I mean like okay wait hold on. There's also like let me look really fast. I'm like what I feel
No,
like
it's fine.
I watched recently that I'm like I mean okay I mean I love I mean there's so many movies I love. I watched there another horror movie that I love that's not full blown horror but it's like it's pretty shocking. Have you seen Don't Look Now with Donald Sutherland?
Oh, yeah.
That movie is
Yeah.
crazy. Again, I
Yeah.
don't think that should be remade, but I love that movie and I just think it's bonkers. I also there's so many movies that like I think also just like as an actor, like alone, like, there's so many like characters that I would love to play
For sure.
in so many iconic movies. But like remaking the movies entirely, it's tough. It's tough to decide because you're so often if it's a movie you love, you're like, oh well, that shouldn't be remade. But then you're like, well, if someone's gonna remake it, then I would love to take a whack at it, you know, like
Yeah.
like
That's what I like about these fantasy questions, because it's kind of like if you put yourself into the position of being like, well, if the movie was remade and I could put myself in that,
I don't
that would be
actually
kind
have
of
to,
cool,
yeah.
you know? And like I'll say this is like my hot take about The Shining. I think Doctor Sleep is a much better movie than The
I like
Shining.
Doctor Sleep actually.
Doctor Sleep to me has one of the most gut-wrenching and horrifying scenes in any movie that I can think of for a very long time. And it's the part have you seen Doctor Sleep?
I haven't seen it actually.
Okay, then I won't tell you what the scene is then.
I should
It's the
watch
only
it.
Flanagan movie I like. I love all his TV shows.
That's fair.
But it's the only
he's
it's the
making
only movie.
isn't he also doing the Carrie series?
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
Carrie, the TV
Okay.
series. There's a part in Doctor Sleep for when you do watch it. I hope that you message me after you watch that movie
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there is one specific scene that is absolutely gut-wrenching. Like
Brutal.
fuck dude. And the other actor, the actor that's on the other side of this scene, the one that's receiving the treatment, does such a good job, and he's still very young in this movie. He's still a child actor. But yeah, and Rebecca Ferguson
Mm.
is like how you've heard the term like I can fix her, like like that's all over the internet, like people say that a lot. Like when I see Rebecca Ferguson in that movie, she's horrifying, she is evil to the nth degree, and she's toxically beautiful. Like just one of those things where it's just like you see the performance and you're like, "Ugh, I could give a crack at it. She'll suck my soul out of my body, but like through my nose or something." Like
I
yeah,
gotta okay.
Doctor Sleep is an incredible movie.
Okay, I will watch that and I will honestly message you because I was very curious about that and it looks really good.
It's very good.
I really like it.
Yeah.
All right. If you could erase one movie from existence, what would it be?
Whoa.
You thought the last question was hard.
Oh my God.
This
Whoa.
is our most passed on question because often artists don't want to erase somebody else's art. And I completely understand that.
And if you want to pass, I have a backup.
Come in guns blazing. Like, oh, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me this all day.
Yeah.
It's tough because I'm trying to think what is something there's got to be something that maybe like.
So here's the thing about this question, because this might tickle your fancy a little bit.
Yeah.
There's two ways of looking at this. You could erase a movie because it's just a shit movie, or like it just was a movie that did bad things.
Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, there you go. Birth of a Nation, good example. Just one of the most racist, shitty movies ever.
Oh yes.
Or you could do the way I went.
Yeah.
Which is
the chaos effect. And Graham said
Scream.
Yeah. So if you eliminate Scream,
I love Scream.
What happens to the slasher genre?
But I think it was such a linchpin in the direction that horror took afterwards.
Whoa.
What would horror look like now if it had?
So now you can get real cerebral with it.
Whoa. Wait, whoa. That's interesting. Like it's like a Jenga block. Like if you pulled out one movie, how would that affect everything else?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I think you can pull a lot of movies, and generally the state of horror would have gone the same way. They followed a lot of the same trends and stuff. But with Scream, I think it was too big at the time. It sits in people's minds as the slasher that started like the 90s slashers and stuff.
And one of my favorite genres is the rape revenge genre, and I think that I Spit on Your Grave should go away, because I just don't think it's a movie that needs to exist for that genre to be a good genre. And I think that most of the other movies in that genre are infinitely better. And I also think that Last House on the Left is a significantly better quote-unquote first movie of that genre. So I think I Spit on Your Grave can fuck all the way off. But
I actually haven't seen that or Last House.
Last House is great for what it is, but I mean, it's
they're not easy watching.
No,
but it's such a tough question.
It is.
It's funny. Like I'm not. I might have to pass on it only in the sense that not in a sense that like I could probably end up coming to one, but I'm like, oh, we'd be here all night because
I will ask you the backup question.
Okay.
This one might be easier. Or you could pass on this one too. It might not be as easy. But if you could resurrect anybody, any dead celebrity, to cast them in a movie, who would it be?
Whoa. I mean,
who did we lose too early?
Okay. One of my all-time heroes, like genuinely, like I think he's the greatest actor of all time, is Montgomery Clift, who he died. He was probably like, I think 46 or 47. And he had a really, really hard life because he suffered from addiction, like with drugs and alcohol, but then also he was gay, and at the time it was like very frowned upon to be gay.
Sure.
And so I think that kind of mixed with the addiction caused a lot of issues in his life. But besides that, he also truly was an amazing actor, and he came right before like James Dean and Marlon Brando, like a year, 2 years before them. But he like kind of really ushered in that wave of actors. And he did this. I mean, he has so many amazing movies. He did this movie called A Place in the Sun with George Stevens, the guy who directed Giant with James Dean. and it's amazing. Weirdly, there's like I read this on like an IMDb trivia a few years ago. Like Charlie Chaplin said it was like the greatest movie ever made about America or something. It's a
Oh wow.
sad, dark movie that's like, it's like, I mean, oh my, it's like, I don't even know really how to explain it, but basically like this guy who comes from like nowhere, America, discovers like, I think like he has family that works like really high up at this corporation, and so he gets a job there, and he falls. They're explicitly like, don't like date any of the girls that work here. You can't date anyone that works here. And he like starts seeing this girl that works there, but then at the same time he gets entangled with Elizabeth Taylor, who's like this like rich girl at the company, and but it literally like it's the way it's very dark, but it's amazing, and his performance is incredible, and I think he should have won an Oscar for it. Anyways, long story short, I think he's amazing, and he was nominated for 4 Oscars, didn't win any. I think I mean the Oscars are a whole other thing, but that like I believe he definitely deserved at least one. But he died when he was, I want to say, 45 or so, and also he's amazing in The Misfits with Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable. And he tragically died young, and I would bring him back in a heartbeat, and I would love to act in something with him, and also just learn from him and follow him everywhere.
I love that. It's a great answer.
That's a good answer.
My answer when I thought of that question was Brittany Murphy. I think Brittany Murphy, man, you know, she died way too young and such a good actress.
She's amazing.
I would go with
I don't think
Philip
you've ever
Seymour
answered this
Hoffman.
question.
No, I haven't. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh my God, how can I? Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman
or
is
Robin
also
Williams, but I feel like he's
Philip
not in pain anymore, and that kind of makes me like he seemed like he was in so much pain mentally.
He was,
but
you know,
Robin Williams was for sure.
Yeah, but I think my choice would be, and then we get Anton Yelchin.
Oh, yeah. He's amazing too. Oh, yeah. I remember. I think the first thing I saw him in was Green Room.
Yeah. Incredible. And he died soon after that, and I was destroyed because I loved that movie and I loved his performance. I was like, this amazing. Dude is coming up. I'm stoked on this. And
he's amazing. I remember reading about that, and I was like, what? Like, first of all, you're like, yeah, this is a guy that's supposed to like live forever and make like 80 more movies, but then also it's just tragic the way it happened was
insane. Yeah,
that's so sad.
The first time I saw him was in the movie Alpha Dogs. And it was one of his first movies. That movie's dark as fuck. And I remember when I watched it, I did not expect it to be that dark. Yeah. And by the end of it, it was like, do I want to cry? I think I want to cry because that was fucked up. Like that was like really fucked up. And he was incredible in it.
What were you going to say, Kimball, about Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Oh, I mean, it's just funny you say it just because it's now I want to. I was like, Philip Seymour Hoffman is another one of my like literally like Mount Rushmore, where it's like literally like Montgomery Clift and Philip Seymour Hoffman are both on there, and they both like died around the same age. Philip Seymour Hoffman, there's something about him when I watch his performances. This sounds so weird, but it's like, it's almost like you're watching him and like you can feel this like warmth from him in a way where you're like you care for him more than like you've ever cared for anyone, and you're like he's just, and the way he just like approached every role, and he like treated it like life and death, but then he clearly was having fun with everything he was doing. It just feels like that's like someone that like he's like a father actor figure where you're like you feel like, especially like as an actor, like you feel like, oh, I know that guy, like I know him, and I like, and so that, I mean, I would have loved to work with him. I would love for him to be alive.
Incredible. He was absolutely incredible, and when he was, I remember when I watched Patch Adams with him and Robin Williams. Like it's kind of funny. The reason I bring that up is because like that was a movie where he was a scumbag, but like not for real. Like he was just very salty, and he was very like, you know, he had the negativity and stuff.
Yes.
But he was like warm. Like you just said, he was still very inviting, very warm, very wholesome.
You want to take care of him.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. Alien or Aliens?
Oh, this is going to sound insane. I actually haven't seen Aliens yet, but I hear it's amazing, but I do love Alien.
Fair enough. What
Totally
about
fair.
we can go to our original one, Hereditary or Midsommar?
Oh, I love both, but honestly, I mean, Hereditary, in terms of scariness, I just remember when I first saw Hereditary, I watched it in the day on an iPhone.
Fuck.
Which is the worst way to watch anything. I
It's
remember
not great.
I was like sick and it was daytime and I was watching it on like an iPhone 6. And it scared me so bad that I had to go walk around the neighborhood.
Nice.
And it was broad daylight.
Yeah. That I would say that's an effectively scary movie then.
Yeah. I love that. All right. I don't know why I just turned my phone off. Basement or attic?
Oh, honestly, there's something about a basement that feels even more trapped and scary. And like it almost, maybe there's something about like it feels like this like innate human quality of being underground and being like buried. Whereas in an attic, like you almost feel like you could get out still, but maybe not. But I feel like a basement is so scary.
Yeah, basements are terrifying.
Anytime a basement's introduced in a movie, I'm like, don't.
Yep.
Yeah. 100%.
You's gonna die down there.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah. A Home Alone was a invasion horror. So I always say also basement for horror, attic for adventure, because that's where the Goonies found the map.
You're right, actually. Yes.
You can always find something in the attic and it'll start something.
Exactly.
In the basement, it might probably end.
And something.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Favorite kill of all time.
Oh, whoa.
This can change every week, so just whatever pops in your head this time.
What pops in? You know what's funny? This is gonna sound so this is gonna sound so selfish, but like but I've talked to my mom points out that pretty much in everything most things I act and I die at the end. And for some reason, when you first said that, the first thing that came to my mind was in Queens of the Dead. I turn into a zombie, obviously, but then I get stabbed in the head with a curling iron,
which is pretty awesome.
Which is pretty epic, yeah. So I don't that came to mind first, but it sounds so selfish to choose one of your own deaths. But
that is okay,
cool
and I don't think we've had anybody do that, and I don't know if it's like that's fucking great. I love it,
and that fits. Like that legitimately fits. Like that's a dope kill.
Like why aren't more people doing that? That's awesome. Fucking you killed it.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! That was the sixth question.
Yeah. Those are great answers.
Oh, this has been amazing. I truly like this has been a real treat for me. I'm so
anytime, man. It was really like when Jonas said that you were coming on, I got real excited because I was like, I've been watching this dude for days now, and I'm fascinated. But I didn't even think in my head. I was like, oh, we'll get to talk to him, and like in less than a few weeks, like.
That's
when
amazing.
I first came.
It was great how it came all together. It really was cool how it
made me
together.
so excited, and I've been looking forward to this all day. And thank you so much.
Well, truly, like this, I was looking forward to it too, and honestly, like, and thank you guys so much for your I mean, the love you have for Godhead is amazing, and Jonas, you wrote the thing you wrote. I like literally meant so much to me and everyone. Like we like shared it. I shared it in like a Godhead group chat, and and
I appreciate that, man.
And so honestly, like to like truly like I like people like you guys are not only the reason that indie film succeeds, but also just like horror film, indie horror, like that's like that breathes life into those movies, and so like. The fact that you guys loved Godhead, it just really means a lot. I'm so glad like it connected with you guys. Like it's just awesome.
Yeah, we cannot wait for more of your work,
dude.
And Mark's and Sarah.
Honestly, we were gonna have our other co-host on tonight, Mary Beth McAndrews. She unfortunately she couldn't because she had like a wicked migraine, so she couldn't do it. But I was talking to her about it too, and like she was stoked on the movie too. Like she just started to get to watch stuff, so she was really stoked on it too. she's seen a lot of horror movies. She used to work for Dread Central. Like
Oh, awesome.
she's been entrenched in horror for quite some time, and
She directed Bystanders, which is a great
Oh,
rape
amazing.
revenge.
yeah,
Oh, amazing. You
so
got
she really
you.
loved it.
I hope she feels better. My mom gets really bad migraines, and so I'm hoping I don't inherit them, but they always like make her bedridden for like two
They
days.
suck.
It's
They're trash.
I've been starting to get migraines, and they're like, I have figured out what can curb them like crazy is Midol.
Oh,
really
legit.
I
Yeah.
eat Midol now. Like anytime I
Midol and
feel
caffeine.
any
Midol and
type of
caffeine.
headache
Those are the two.
starting to happen, I take Midol.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's amazing.
it's been saving my life lately. But
Yeah.
Midol and caffeine.
Oh, it's
So
amazing.
you guys want to do some recommendations?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Oh man.
I'll go
If you-
first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
we'll go first,
Yeah,
and then
we'll end on you. So
Okay.
Yeah.
For TV, I'm gonna go with again fucking Taskmaster. I restarted watching the entire. There's like 20 something seasons. I've watched Australia and New Zealand now, which each had like 5 seasons. So I'm just restarting the whole fucking show, and it is
Nice.
one of the greatest shows ever. It's on YouTube, every single episode, plus other shit. It's the
really
best.
fun.
It's my favorite. Go watch Hippo. It's on Tubi. Like
That
that's
is very
It
nice
is
of
on
you.
Tubi. Yeah.
go watch it. Ridiculous not to. I sat on the fence way too long, kicking myself after I finally watched it.
That is very nice of you.
Of course. And see Godhead when it comes out. See Colony when it comes out. Listen
Dance
to
Freak.
Dance Freak.
Dance
Yeah,
Freak, dude.
a lot of stuff. We'll be talking a lot more about Fantasia in the coming episodes, I think. Toilet Rats, Black Cats is my summer album of the summer. I don't know
Your
how to
summer
say
album
it.
of the summer. Huh?
Yeah. It's the album of the summer for me.
Yeah.
Quicksand's new album might be the album of the year. I don't know. It's either between that or the Bobby Lee's new self. Those are all incredible. I also found this rad hardcore band called Poison the Preacher, and they have
Love that name.
Speed the band from Australia or New Zealand. I'm not sure, but they're all Asian. They're rad. Speed
Amazing.
kicks ass, and Poison the Preacher has them on their first song. But Poison the Preacher, it's called Things I Want. It's the new EP. Fucking rips. That's it. I got
Okay.
nothing else.
All right. That's good.
Those
Yeah.
sound like amazing picks.
Yeah.
For TV, I'm gonna say that I finally came around to Widow's Bay. And it fucking
Really
rules.
nice.
I've heard real good things.
It
I just
legitimately
got
is
rid
very
of
good.
Apple right before it came out.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's legitimately really solid. I didn't know if I was gonna like it, but it's really solid. So definitely check out Widow's Bay. For music, I'm gonna say Blood Hoax from Extinction AD is their newest single. Great hardcore band. We've had them on the show before. They're fantastic, and their music continues to just kick fucking ass. They're great.
Got into that band because they had a Possessor soundbite on their EP, one of their EPs.
Oh, whoa.
And then
Yeah.
I went and saw them, and they played it
Yeah.
right before the song, which blew
Whoa.
my mind because usually you don't get to hear the soundbite when you go see the bands play. They just play the song. And so I went up to Rick afterwards. I was like, I can't believe you played that. I have a horror podcast. Will you come on, please?
Rick rules too, and also like they're a Long Island hardcore band, and people do push-ups in their mosh pit, which is hilarious. So
Muscle
like, yeah.
thrash.
Yeah. We coined the term muscle thrash for what they are, and even Rick was like, "God damn it, we are muscle thrash," and it was just like, "Yeah, that's what you are." But yeah, that rules. And then Ring the Bell from Sloth Rust is been my favorite song for the last week. Like I've listened to it a lot, and it's a great song, extremely catchy, but also I recommend that people watch the lyric video on YouTube because the lyrics are incredible and they're very creative. They're about the lyrics are essentially about waking up from the simulation of what the world is right now. So like waking up from the screens, waking up from the droning on of things,
Wait, who is it?
Sloth Rust.
This is the new song?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
If you watch the YouTube lyric video, it's like I said, it's
I'll watch
Like
that. I love them.
there's a lyric that they replay at the end of the song like over and over and over again that says comatose, comatose, blue light overdose. And it's talking about the fluorescence, the neons, the fucking constant light that we have in our face all the time, the screens, the everything. It's a very, very cool song, and very, very cool lyrics. Extremely poetic too, like when you actually like digest the lyrics on it. So it's a very, very cool song.
I love that their first single off this was 001010001.
Yeah, yeah,
It reminds me of Clutch. Clutch has a great song called
hmm
00011.
I love bands that fuck with number play like that. But
Yeah.
also Slothrust is just an incredible band. They literally don't miss. They have
Their
multiple albums, all of them rule. All
Parallel
their new stuff
Timelines
has
is
been
my
great.
favorite.
Yeah, they're fantastic. In so for physical media, I got
What you
two fun
got?
ones. First one is Assholes.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you got it.
Yeah,
Well
Oh,
done.
nice. Oh, is that a Betsy Brown and
yeah, yeah.
I Betsy's amazing. I literally I mean her and Peter are incredible. I
Can you tell her that we've been trying to contact her to get her on
yeah,
the
I will I
Yeah,
show?
will
legit.
I
We
will
would
literally
love to have her
message
on the
her
show.
right now.
Please, because I
Yeah,
saw
yeah. We
Caviar and absolutely fell in love. Like I
I
couldn't
will
believe that movie, and then I found out she was in a bunch of stuff that I love. So yeah,
and
I've been trying to
Assholes is
go.
such a like beautifully disgusting horror comedy. Like it's great.
I will I honestly message her and just be like, "Oh, you got to get on the podcast. She's amazing. She's like so talented."
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm a
I
huge fan.
yeah, and that movie kind of like that movie came out of nowhere for me. It was one of those ones where I saw it was on one of my boutique label things when I was
Yeah.
going through Blu-rays and stuff, and then I was like, all right, well fuck, I'll watch this ahead of time. And then I watched it and I saw that it was on there for purchase, and I like immediately I was like, dude, without a question. And the other one is Sightseers.
Oh, nice.
Sightseers is a fantastic alienish type of movie. It's a sci-fi horror comedy, and it's really really good. It's kind of one of those ones that flew under the radar a lot when it came out. So it's great.
This is an alien movie?
Alienish is that's all I'm going to say without giving anything
Okay,
away. It's
because
alienish.
I've never heard of this, and I want to see it now.
It's great. No, it's really really good. Um,
Sightseers?
Sightseers. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty dark and fucked up too. But it's a really really solid movie. And then in theaters, um, I'm actually going to recommend the new Spider-Man movie because I one of my
What?
friends, hear me out. One of my friends that is who is a movie critic like professionally and is notoriously hard on comic book movies. And like when I go see a comic book movie, I go see it just to like drone out for 2 hours. Like I don't go there with any intention of absorbing anything. And he was like, dude, like it's actually really solid. It's dark. He was like, it's fucking emotional. Like they did a really good job with taking a Marvel movie and making it actually mean something emotionally. So he was like, and on top of that, it looks really good, but he was like, the actual storyline of it and the actual beats in the movie are very good. And I really trust what he says about it because, like I said, he's an asshole when it comes to comic book movies for sure. So for him to tell me that means that they fucking had to do something right. So
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Yeah, I will say go see that one because I'm probably
Nice.
gonna go see it this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got. What do you got for us, Kimball?
Okay, yeah. Well, so okay, I also quick 10-second side piece.
Please.
I'm remembering the movie now that I would remake is I would love to do my own version of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like the Francis
Oh
Ford
yeah.
Coppola one. I love that movie. Anyways, just putting that out there. But
So
I love that.
you're gonna replace Keanu Reeves with yourself and do a better accent? Is that
either
what's gonna happen?
yeah, it's so funny how he says Budapest. But
Yeah,
I know I would love to play Dracula himself. But
Yeah.
that'd be
like
phenomenal.
Gary Oldman. But
Gary
okay.
Oldman, one of the best.
Oh, he's amazing. But okay, so recommendations. I mean, I mentioned earlier Seconds, the Rock Hudson movie. It's absolutely amazing. It was made in the 60s, but it's genuinely it feels like it's like so modern and ahead of its time. I also earlier this year, it's not a horror movie, but it got a horrific ending, but it's The Swimmer with Burt Lancaster. It is
Oh shit.
an
Okay.
amazing movie, and it's shot gorgeously, and it feels very idyllic, but as the movie goes on, you're like, there is something wrong with this guy and something wrong with it. Like, it's basically a guy that discovers he can swim all the way home if he goes from his neighbor's pool to their neighbor's pool to their neighbor's pool. And it, with each house he goes to, you uncover more about his life, and it just gets darker and darker, and it's amazing.
Nice.
And that movie's amazing. I also I'm just thinking, I was looking at movies I've watched like this year. I watched like Birth back in like March, the Jonathan Glazer movie with Nicole Kidman, and I like love that movie. It's amazing. I'm trying to think like other movies. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of like some modern stuff, and
It doesn't have to be modern. Like anything that really like speaks to you, or anything that you really like.
Yeah.
This is so random.
We like random.
There's this movie also with Dennis Hopper that I really enjoyed from the 60s that I did not know existed, called Night Tide. And he basically falls in love with, it's also very Twilight Zone-y, and it's like kind of body horror, but like black and white, like 1962 or so. He falls in love with a mermaid on like the Santa Monica Pier, and it's like eerie and weird, and it's like kind of amazing. And
sounds like a Dennis Hopper movie.
Yeah, it does. I'm trying to think of anything else off the dome. TV, there's got to be some TV I watched recently that I really enjoyed. What have I watched? I mean, Widow's Bay is amazing. I'm trying to think.
We were just talking about Fallout. Fallout has the most recent season.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that.
It's a good follow-up season.
I feel like I watched something recently that I really loved, and I cannot remember now for the life of me. Trying to think like music. There's so much good music. I was listening to, sounds so pompous. I was listening to like some old Alex G recently. Who doesn't love Alex G?
There's nothing pompous about that.
I feel like it sounds so like, oh, of course this guy lives in Flatbush. He's listening to Alex G.
Kenny G, maybe a little pompous. I don't know.
Yeah. There's this band that I really like that I don't know much about them. I discovered them like 2 years ago or so. That's like, they're kind of like Deftones-y. And it's called Loath.
Loath.
Oh yeah.
Loath.
Do you listen to
great. Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Amazing
Super
band.
Good.
They just came out with like a new album.
I like the new album too. It's getting flack for being different, and that's all I want for a band to do. Unless you're fucking AC/DC, like please just put out new shit.
No, literally. Yeah. Also, they have that new song.
The Ramones were fine with that shit too. But there's only a couple bands that can get away with doing the same song every fucking time.
They're amazing.
Yes.
They hit in that like emotional, like Deftones kind of way where you're like, oh, they're screaming and they're sad. You know, it's just amazing.
Yep. I love Deftones too.
Dude, I love Deftones. Yeah, they're amazing.
I love the meme that I saw where it was like somebody's text conversation. They were like, who the fuck was that band you told me about? The singer's like super sad.
And it showed the emojis.
Yeah. And they go, Deftones? And they were like, that's the one. That's like, that actually fits perfect.
That's so funny. Yeah. I mean, like, but that Loath album, like that came out pretty recently, and there's that song like No Stranger to You or something really, really good. Really good though. But I wish I could think of more TV. I'm spacing on TV I've watched recently, but I guess that's it recommendation wise.
I will tell you that this is the first time I've recommended TV in probably
it's a long time.
2 years.
I usually just do Taskmaster because I don't even have a TV anymore. My TV broke and I'm watching everything on my iPad, which I'm also recording on now. So like,
not on your iPhone 6?
No.
You gotta watch that's my recommendation is go watch Hereditary on an iPhone 6 in broad daylight.
And then just walk around the neighborhood being like, oh, she
like,
fucking hit her.
I didn't remember
the
first time I saw Hereditary. I did not remember anything after her head popped off. I was so shook that when the movie was over, I was like, I don't know what happened. I am still shook from this. We watched it like in our apartment one night, and I don't remember anything. So I went back, I bought it, rewatched it, love it. can get through that scene now. Now I love it, but when that happened, I just wasn't expecting it.
There's two head-related scenes that both make you get up and take a walk.
Sure, one is a full head pop, like there's ants and like
like and then there's the mom sawing her head off with a fucking piano wire.
But I didn't remember that part the first time.
No, man, when I watched that movie, when I rewatched that movie and I watched it with headphones on, I could hear her sawing through her head with the piano wire, and then I heard like the squelch and the thump. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pause the movie for now, and like I'm gonna go ahead and let that one sit for a while before.
Squelch thump is usually a good time.
Squelch thump that's not a good. Those are not two good sounds to follow each other.
Go have a cigarette. Kimball, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
This was so much fun.
This was so much fun for me too. You guys are awesome. Like truly, this meant so much to me. And I just your guys' like descriptions of the movie even made me think about the movie. And so just the fact that you guys like love Godhead like that was amazing. And truly, I would love to. I got to come back like when we're releasing the movie or so.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Is there going to be a screening here?
There definitely will be. Yeah,
I'll be there.
They have a few other festivals lined up that like aren't announced yet, and I'm sure there will be more as well. And then I guess the idea would be, there will definitely be like a New York premiere and LA premiere, and it's still like ironing out distribution, but then ideally theaters and all of that. But I will let you guys know as soon as it's playing New York.
Let's get a big party
all
together.
Over it. Yeah. Well, because I know, like you know, I went to Brooklyn Horror last year, and like a couple of the movies that were there last year are just coming out this year. You know, they're just starting to come out. Like,
I still haven't seen Animale, which I saw 2 years ago, and I fucking loved, and I have no idea when it's coming out. Sierra finally came out.
Some movies take a while, I feel like, but Godhead, I'm really hoping, because Hippo was similar, where like it did like a long festival run for a while and took a while for it to come out. But I'm hoping with Godhead, it can come out by like early next year or something. It'll be awesome. But I'll let you guys know for sure. I'll like the second I have any information, like you guys are coming.
We have your back. We have all your backs on that movie. We're happy to share whatever, to do whatever. Because it's that kind of shit that we fucking live for. It's why we do this. Like,
consider us cheerleaders and brand ambassadors for the movie, because we'll fucking tell everybody about it.
Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you. That means a lot. And honestly, like, that really means a lot. And I gotta get Sarah on to talk to you guys. We gotta get Mark to talk to you guys.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love to pick Mark's brain.
Honestly, you guys got to like talk. That would be a great conversation. But truly, thank you so much. Like, it means the world, and this was so much fun.
Of course. Man.
Well, for everybody else, you guys are fantastic. And as we say, because it's still the state of the fucking world, it's difficult out there and it's dark. And if you got anything going through your head and you need to talk about it, please hit us up, shoot us a message. We will absolutely listen to you. We might not have the answers, but we do have ears. And sometimes you just need to get the poison out of your system. And if you need to, we're happy to listen. We need more horror fans, not less. So please don't let it get to you. Shit will change, and we're more than happy to listen. In the meantime,
we always have excellent recommendations too.
We do. We have. I have 1,000 recommendations for physical media on my shelves. So if you ever need,
I've got 1,000 Tubi ones for you to just watch for free at home.
We'll give you all sorts of shit to fill your brain to get all the ghosts to go away. Yeah. But everything else, you guys know the rules. Start some fires, break some glass. You guys roll. Thank you.